Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to today's Tafsir of the Quran. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Ramadan. I hope everybody's making the most of the last 10 days of Ramadan. As we know that these last 10 days have the possibility of having Laylatul Qadr in them, especially the odd number nights. So those of us who felt like they haven't accomplished much or they haven't done enough ibadah in the month of Ramadan, nothing to worry about, inshallah. We still have the last 10 days left, okay, and especially the odd number nights. So today is also one of those nights, so let's make the most of it, inshallah. And let's also not only worship ourselves but get our family members involved, inshallah, and have them worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. So today, inshallah, we will be discussing a few ayat of Surah An-Naml. And in this ayat, we will be learning various things, especially about some of the signs of the day of Qiyamah. আজকে ইনশাআল্লাহ সূরা নামল ওর শেষের কয়েকটা আয়াতের তাফসীর হবে ইনশাআল্লাহ, এবং এই আয়াতগুলোর মধ্যে আমরা কিয়ামতের কিছু আলামত সম্বন্ধে শুনবো, যে কিয়ামতের আলামত কিতা হইব ইনশাআল্লাহ। এটা আমরা জানিয়ে রাখা উচিত, কারণ একটু হইছে গিয়া আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলার প্রতি আমরা বিশ্বাস পারবো এবং আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলার কাছে আমরা আরো বেশি বেশি কইরা দোয়া চাইতে পারবো। কারণ রাসূলুল্লাহ সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লাম সবসময় আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলার কাছে উতা জিনিসের লাগি দোয়া চাইছেন, যে আল্লাহ তাআলা আমারে ফিতনা থেকে বাঁচাওকা, আমার দাজ্জালের ফিতনা থেকে বাঁচাওকা, আমার উম্মতের দাজ্জালের ফিতনা থেকে বাঁচাওকা। اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذا وقع القول عليهم أخرجنا لهم دابة من الأرض تكلمهم أن الناس كانوا بآياتنا لا يوقنون. ويوم نحشر من كل أمة فوجا ممن يكذب بآياتنا فهم يوزعون. حتى إذا جاءوا قال أكذبتم بآياتي ولم تحيطوا بها علما أم ماذا كنتم تعملون. ووقع القول عليهم بما ظلموا فهم لا ينطقون. ألم يروا أنا جعلنا الليل ليسكنوا فيه والنهار مبصرا إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون. ويوم ينفخ في الصور ففزع من في السماوات ومن في الأرض إلا من شاء الله وكل أتوه داخرين. وترى الجبال تحسبها جامدة وهي تمر مر السحاب صنع الله الذي أتقن كل شيء إنه خبير بما تفعلون. من جاء بالحسنة فله خير منها وهم من فزع يومئذ آمنون. ومن جاء بالسيئة فكبت وجوههم في النار هل تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have just had the tawfiq to listen to the ayat of the Quran. Let's pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gives us the understanding of these ayat, and He also gives us the tawfiq to practice on these ayat. Now I see some are asking me to do the tafsir in Bengali. Inshallah, I will try to do tafsir in both languages to make it easier for whoever is listening, inshallah. So the first thing is, in an ayat number 82. So those of you who are not aware, the tafsir is going to be from between ayat number 82 to ayah number 93 of Surah An-Naml. Surah Naml or Surah Naml or Shashir the khoyakta ayat gulo tafsir hobe inshallah. So وَإِذَا وَقَعَ الْقَوْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ أَخْرَجْنَا لَهُمْ دَابَّةً مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ تُكَلِّمُهُمْ أَنَّ النَّاسَ كَانُوا بِآيَاتِنَا لَا يُوقِنُونَ. When it will become clear to everyone that they have not been listening to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or when the time of Qiyamah comes close by, Qiyamator Shomoy Khasay Aibo, أخرجنا لهم دابة من الأرض আমরা জমিন থেকে আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলা কইরা আমরা জমিনের মাঝ থেকে একটা প্রাণীরে বার কইরা আনমু তুকাল্লিমুহুম যেটায় মানুষের সাথে কথাবার্তা হইব আন্নান নাস কানু বিআয়াতিনা লা ইউকিনুন, and it will remind others, it will remind the people to believe about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, now coming back to this particular ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, when the time of Qiyamah will come near, a beast will be taken out from the earth and it will be talking to people and reminding people كانوا بآياتنا لا يوقنون about their belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now some of you might think that this particular beast that will be coming out is actually Dajjal, because in the Bible and in other places or in other religions, when they talk about the beast, they are usually talking about Dajjal. যে সময় beast শব্দ আয় বা প্রাণীর শব্দ আয়, এই সময় তারা কিতা মনে করে যে একটা দজ্জালর কথা মাত। আর আসলে হচ্ছে গিয়া যে দাব্বাতুল আরদ যেটা একটা দাজ্জাল নাই, একটা হচ্ছে গিয়া দাজ্জাল সারা আর একটা জিনিস। দাজ্জাল এখন মানুষ থাকবো। Dajjal will be a person. Dajjal will be a human being, right? Dajjal will be blind in one eye. Dajjal will aim to distract people and lead them astray from Islam, or lead them astray from believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dajjaler kham hoise gya manushakol tere Islamor dharmo theke horaiya thar mukha loya jaito. Allahর taki manushakol tere bishwashe horaili thik to hoise Dajjalor kham থাকবো। কিন্তু দাব্বাতুল আরদর ই খাম থাকতো না। দাব্বাতুল আরদ will just be there to just to talk to people, just to remind people of the significance of believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's different. It's not the same. Dabbatul ard and Dajjal are not the same. Okay, the beast in Islam is something different than the Antichrist. Okay, the Antichrist will try to take people away from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will try to take people away from Tab'a Salim, the sound understanding that a person has of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and of the creed. That's what Dajjal's niyyah and his intention will be. Dabbatul Ard will have something else. Dabbatul Ard will be coming out, and let's see, he will be going around talking to people, and nobody will be able to hide away from it. Dabbatul Ard থেকে লুকায়া থাকতে পারতে না। In fact, if one of the things is, you can't go looking for Dabbatul Ard. You won't be able to find him if you go searching for him. Yet you won't be able to run away from him, he'll find you. It is Dabbatul Ard. Dajjal won't be going to every single person individually, but Dabbatul Ard he will be going to every single person. Okay, and he will be talking to us just like normal. Okay, and from what we learn in the ahadith, he will have the ring of Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, and he will have the staff of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Dabbatul ardor geste ki khew bagat daite parto na, zeno khew jaibo Dabbatul ard thaino থেকে বার করব। অন্যদিকে হয়েছে গিয়ে কেউ গিয়া তুকাইয়া দাব্বাতুল আরদে বার করতে পারত না। দাব্বাতুল আরদে তুকারিত গেলে আমরা পাইতাম না, আর দাব্বাতুল আরদ খেলে তুকারিত গেলে এই লোকে থাকতে পারত না এবার দাব্বাতুল আরদের এক আত্মর মাঝে সুলেমান আলী সালাতামের আংটি থাকবো আর এক আত্মর মাঝে মুসা আলী সালাতামের লাঠি থাকবো and he will be branding people so he will be marking the faces of the believers with the ring of Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, and he will be marking the nose or the faces of the disbelievers with the staff of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. And through this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will create a distinctive feature between those who believe in Allah ta'ala and those who don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the moment when we are walking by, it's very easy for us to get confused as to who is a Muslim and who is not a Muslim. In fact, many a times because of the attire and because of the way a person is dressing or because of their behavior, we sometimes assume that a person is not a Muslim whereas they are Muslim. Okay, or sometimes because of the way a person is behaving or the person is dressed, etc., etc., we assume that the person is a Muslim whereas they're not a Muslim. But when Dabbatul Ard will come and he will be marking people in this particular way, right, we will know exactly who is a Muslim and who is not a Muslim. So these are signs that will happen before the day of Qiyamah. Okay, he will be his focus won't be to dissuade people from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but to bring them closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so this is the beast. This is not Dajjal and the Antichrist. Okay, now in many literature, in many places, Dajjal is known as the beast, and he has a certain look around him. Okay, either is like he's got a face of a bull with horns coming out. There's that pentagon star in the middle of his forehead. He's got a hoof here like an animal, and he's got a tail, and there's different ways people try to portray the beast. Okay, and they want to call the beast Dajjal, but that beast and Dajjal are two different things. I've explained that already. Now, there is a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam which mentions لا تقوم الساعة حتى تروا 10 آيات. The last day of reckoning won't come. Qiyamutud din aitona zotar tumra 10টা চিহ্ন দেখো না until you see 10 ayat, 10 signs. One is طلوع الشمس من مغربها, when the sun will be rising from the west. As we know, the sun comes up from the east and it goes down in the west. আমরা তো জানি পূর্ব দিক থেকে সূর্য উঠে আর পশ্চিম দিকে গিয়ে সূর্য নামে, কিন্তু কিয়ামতের আগে একটা সময় বুঝে সময় পশ্চিম দিক থেকে সূর্য উঠবো. Now it's not mentioned here, but what we learn in other hadith, from that moment onwards a person's tawbah will not be accepted. ও মুহূর্ত থেকে তওবা গ্রহণযোগ্য হইতে নাই. والدخان والدابة, and there will be a smoke, right, which will be spreading all over the globe. Wadabba, and the beast will come. Okay, but this beast is not Antichrist and Dajjal, remember this. Wa khuruju Ya'juj wa Ma'juj, and the tribe of Ya'juj and Ma'juj will be coming out. Okay, Ya'juj Ma'juj baraibo. Wa khuruju Isa ibn Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam, Isa alayhi salatu wasalam will descend and he will come onto earth. Isa alayhi salatu wasalam agomon khorba. Wa Dajjal, the Antichrist Dajjal, he will show himself, he will become clear and apparent in front of other people. وثلاثة خسوف, there will be 3 major what do you call that, 3 major events happening. One happening in the west, another one happening in the east, and another one happening around the Arab Peninsula. Okay, وَنَارٌ تَخْرُجُ مِنْ قَارِ عَدْنٍ تَسُوقُ أَوْ تُحْشِرُ النَّاسَ, and there will be a fire that will come out from the middle of Eden. Okay, the place Eden, and it will either drive people or collect people into one particular area. تَبِيتُ مَعَهُمْ حَتَّى بَاتُوا, when the night comes and whenever the people are resting at night time, the fire will also stop, right? and let them rest, right? وَتَقِيلُ مَعَهُمْ حَتَّى حَيْثُ قَالُوا. And say for example, the fire is driving them, and when it is time to rest during the day, they will rest, and the fire will also stop. So this fire will seem like something very conscious, okay? এই আগুনটা মানুষের কলতে বাগাইয়া এর জায়গার মধ্যে একত্রিত করব, এবং মানুষের কলতে যে সময় রাত্রে লাগি ক্লান্ত হইয়া রেস্ট নিবার লাগি রেস্ট নেওয়ার দরকার পড়ব, ওই সময় আগুনও থামি যাব। দিনের বেলা যে সময় মানুষের কলতে রেস্ট নেওয়ার দরকার পড়ব, ওই সময় আগুনও থামি যাব। সো একটু যে কিয়ামতের আগে এই আলামত হল দেখা যাইব, okay? Yes, those three major signs that will happen in the east, the west, and in the Arab is there will be huge eclipses taking place, big noticeable eclipses taking place. Tinta সূর্যগ্রহণ দেখা যাইব, এবং এটা হয়েছে একটা হয়েছে গা দুনিয়ার পূর্ব দিকে হইব, আরেকটা হয়েছে দুনিয়ার পশ্চিম দিকে হইব, এবং আরেকটা হয়েছে আরব দেশের ওখানে মাঝে হইব, okay? So now these are a few signs that will happen before the day of Qiyamah. These are something that we can look out for, inshallah. Now all the small signs have already come out, okay? Alcohol will become prevalent. What you call that? Zina will become prevalent. People will listen to their friends more than they will listen to their parents. মানুষের বন্ধু হল মানুষের মা বাবা থেকে আরো বেশি মূল্যবান হয়ে যাবা. Those who come later will swear at those who came before them. This is something that is happening quite a lot around the world. So we are very close to the time of Qiyamah, okay? We are just waiting for the major signs to come out, because if we look at all the minor signs, they've actually they've come out to such an extent where we feel like it's actually enough. It can't be getting any worse than that. But Allah knows best. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala arabala khori janba. Now the next thing is, there are different stories about who Dabbatul Ard is, or how he will look, and there are many what you call that, narrations as to his form. Some say that he will be a beast, but he will be a beast like no other. In fact, he will be having he will have different body features, okay? His head might be belonging to one particular animal, his arm to another particular animal, his feet to another particular animal, and like he will be a mixture. So whatever the case is, Allahu A'lam, what we do know that he will emerge, and he will have a responsibility, and that responsibility is to verify who is a mu'min and who is not a mu'min, and to remind everyone to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whereas Dajjal will come out, and his responsibility will be to call himself God, and to bring people away from the deen, and to bring people away from their common sense, okay? Now then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he mentions about how much rahmah he has shown to us. Amra Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala যে কত ধরনের রহমত দিছেন, এটা জিনিস সকল আমরা সামনে বয়ান করছেন। দেলান নাকি আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলা আমরা লাগি রাইত হল তৈয়ার করে দিয়েছেন, যার মধ্যে আমরা আরাম করতে পারি, এবং দিন হল তৈয়ার করে দিয়েছেন, যার মধ্যে আমরা জিনিস সকল দেখতে পারি। অবশ্যই এটার মধ্যে আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলা মুমিন বান্দা হতে লাগি বহুত সুন্দর আলামত এবং নিশানা তখন রাখছেন, যার দ্বারা আমরা ঈমান বাড়তে পারে, ওকে? সো Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just reminding us about the various ni'amat and the various what you call that, bounties and favors that he has showered upon us. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَيَوْمَ يُنْفَخُ فِي الصُّورِ فَوَزِعَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا مَنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ وَكُلُّنَا أَتَوْهُ دَاخِرِينَ. That on that day the trumpet will be blown, and whoever is in the heavens and the earth will be terrified, except for those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want to save. وَكُلُّنَا أَتَوْهُ دَاخِرِينَ. Everybody is going to come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with humbleness and humility, forced humbleness and forced humility, meaning they will have nothing else to do but show that, because they've got nothing else left. It's like when we you know, a lot of people, they're going through, you know, the crisis that's happening because of coronavirus and COVID-19. And people don't have a job, they don't have money, they're not able to meet other people, and you know, people feel really, really down. And whatever suggestions are given, they are more readily accepted than before, because before everyone had good job, everyone was able to meet with one another. So if a suggestion came, they had strength to to stand up against it if they wanted to. Let's think of it as fasting. For example, when we're fasting and we want to commit a sin, we don't really feel like committing that sin as much because we're worried about our stomach. আমরা পেট ভরা নাই, এর লাগি গুনাহ করতে মন চায় না। রোজা অবস্থায় পেট ভরা নাই, এর লাগি আমরা গুনাহ করতে মন চায় না। গুনাহ থেকে বাঁচতে থাকা আমরা লাগি সহজ। অথচ যদি আমরা পেট ভরা থাকতো, তাহলে অন্যান্য গুনার মুখে আমরা মন গেল না। In the same way, when a person will be resurrected on the day of Qiyamah, they will have no other choice but to humble themselves, but to submit to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whether willingly or unwillingly, they will have no choice. Okay? So here, that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also saying, وَتَرَى الْجِبَالَ تَحْسَبُهَا جَامِدَةً وَهِيَ تَمُرُّ مَرَّ السَّحَابِ, that on that day, the mountains that you feel like are solid. আমরা তো যে সময় পাহাড় মুখা চাইব, আমরা তো কিতা দেখি, আমরা দেখি ইতা পাহাড় ওখানে হয়েছে গা শক্ত, খুব মজবুত, ইতার হরাইবার ক্ষমতা নাই। وَهِيَ تَمُرُّ مَرَّ السَّحَابِ, on that day they will be floating and they will be flimsy and they will be strengthless, just like just like the clouds are floating in the sky. You know, when we look at a cloud, do we feel like something very solid? If you have to whack someone with a cloud, they're going to disintegrate. No, we know that it's just fluffy like wool. There's no substance to it. And then when the time of Qiyamah will come, that's the feeling we're going to have towards the mountains, because the mountains, what we felt like was solid, will become clear to us that it's not solid. Let's think of it in today's time. For example, we felt like our work was solid, we felt like our revenue was solid, we felt like our meeting with one another and our rights were solid. We feel like there's no way that these things will stop. But just for a small little thing, just for that small little virus, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has just put everything on a standstill. Everything is just motionless. Okay? So in the same way, when the time of Qiyamah comes, it will be huge. Okay? Things that we felt like will not move, which are solid, they will become flimsy and they will become like wool and like clouds. Okay? Surah Allah alladhi atqana kulla shay innahu khabirun bima taf'al. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us that this is something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do and will do, because He has power over everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ita zinish qorar shakti ase lagi ita zinitan khorte farba. Inna Allah khabirun bima taf'alun. Man ja'a bil hasanati falahu khayrun minha. Whoever comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with good, zara nekilui Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shamne hadith taqba, falahu khayrun minha, then that will be of benefit to them. Wa hum min faza'in yawmaidin aminun. And on that day, on the day when everybody will be terrified of the day of reckoning, of the accounting that they will have to face in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of Jannah, of Jahannam, of the adab of Jahannam, that day when everybody will be terrified, they will be safe and secure and they will be in comfort. Ita zedin ko মানুষ সকল গাবরানির মাঝে থাকবা, ডবয়ের মাঝে থাকবা, ওদিন ko Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala তারে শান্তির মাঝে রাখবা। وَمَنْ جَاءَ بِالسَّيِّئَةِ فَكُبَّتْ وُجُوهُهُمْ فِي النَّارِ. And those who bring sins to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning they have lived a life of sin, they didn't get it forgiven, right? Or they meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with shirk, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala obishak din, فَكُبَّتْ وُجُوهُمْ فِي النَّارِ, they will be thrown into the fire of Jahannam on their faces. Okay? هَلْ تُجْزَوْنَ إِلَّا مَا كُنتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us that you are not given anything unless you worked for it. So তোমরা যে এবল জাহান্নাম মাঝে যাইরা, এটা তোমরা নিজের আমলও কারণে যাইরা, তোমরা নিজের খারাপের কারণে যাইরা, আমার উপরে কোনো দোষ ফালাইতে পারতে না, because আমি তোমরা সুযোগ দিছি, ভালো করবার সুযোগ দিছি. And think of it this time, subhanallah, in other ayat Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions man ja'a bil hasanati falahu ashru amthaliha. Whoever comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a reward, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them 10 times the reward of that. Now If a person does something sinful, they only get 1 sin. If a person does something good, they get 10 rewards. Yet, whose fault is it going to be when we go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and even though He gave us 10 rewards for every rewarding act we did, and He gave us only 1 sin for the 1 sin that we did, that's the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yet our sins have become heavier than our rewards. Whose fault is that? It is our fault. We can't blame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Are 10 things the same as 1 thing? No. What is more heavier, 10 or 1? 10. Yet we have done so much sin that it has gone beyond that 10, beyond that 10, beyond that 10, and it has overpowered the 10. And now when we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the scale that has the sins is heavier. Because of the amount of sins we did. It's our fault, no one else's. هل تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a lot of news about the day of Qiyamah and the signs that will happen on the day of Qiyamah. Now, what we learn is there will be 3 instances where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blows on the trumpet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 3 bar Hazrat Israfil alayhi salatu wasalam no khoiba hingon maze fudi ballaki. Right? The first time when it happens, it's gonna be something which will cause. In the beginning, it won't be distressful, okay? In the beginning, everybody will be like, what is this sound coming? Where is it from? They will strain to listen to it, because sometimes it will go high, sometimes it will go low. And then suddenly it will come in such a way that everybody's going to get terrified. Everybody's going to get terrified, okay? And they will fall down unconscious, okay? The foila, the shumoy, ট্রাম্পেটের মাঝে ফুদু হইব ইচ্ছেও মানুষ কলতে হুনা থাকবা, কিন্তু তারা থুরাতুরি শুনবা, থুরাতুরি শুনতে না, এবং তারা খান পাতে শুনবা যে এই আওয়াজটা কয়ে দিকা, এবং আস্তে আস্তে এই আওয়াজটা বাড়বো, এবং আস্তে আস্তে এই আওয়াজের লগে মানুষের মধ্যে বয়ও বাড়ি যাব, এবং মানুষ হল বয়ের কারণে তারা সাইডের দিকে ছুটাছুটি করা থাকবো. They will try to save themselves from this, and they will go to all directions in all places. But they won't be able to save themselves from it. Okay? Allahu Akbar. Right. Now, there's a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam which is mentioned, يَخْرُجُ الدَّجَّالِ فِي أُمَّتِي فَيَمْكُثُ 40. That Dajjal will come out and emerge amongst my ummah, and he will remain for 40. The Dajjal আমার উম্মতের মধ্যে আইব এবং হে 40 या तो दिन থাকবো, নাইলে মাস, নাইলে বছর আমার উম্মতের মধ্যে থাকবো. Dajjal will remain amongst my ummah for either 40 days or 40 months or 40 years. Okay? ثم يرسل ريحا باردة من قبل الشام. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send a very delicate wind or a breeze from Sham. Sham is, what do you call that? Is the peninsula, is the area which in today's time comprises of Lebanon, Palestine, what do you call that, Syria, you know, a few of those countries put together, they were known as Sham. Okay, so there will be a delicate wind blowing from Sham, from that direction. Okay, فلا يبقى على وجه الأرض أحد في قلبي مثقال ذرة من خير أو إيمان إلا قبضت. That there will not remain on the face of the earth anyone in whose heart there is even a small amount of goodness or iman, but they will pass away. The এই বাতাস যার গেছে লাগবো, যার অন্তরের মধ্যে থুরা আকসারি ইমান থাকে, থুরা আকসারি যদি বালাই থাকে, এ মারা যাইব. حتى لو أن أحدكم دخل في كبد جبل لدخلته عليه حتى تقبضه. এমন কি যদি এমলার মুমিন বান্দা বা বালা বান্দা যদি কেউ গিয়া পাহাড়ের ভিতরে গিয়া, পাহাড়ের খলজার ভিতরে গিয়া লুকায়, তবুও ও হাওয়ায় তারে তুকে বার করব এবং তাইনর মত হইব, তাইনর রুহর কবজা হইব। That wind or that breeze will find them, even if they had to enter into the heart of a mountain, it will enter there and it will cause a mu'min or a believer to die. Okay. سمعته من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال فيبقى شرار الناس في خفة الطير وحلام السباع, and the worst of people will remain on the face of this earth. সবচেয়ে নিকৃষ্ট মানুষ সকল দুনিয়ার মধ্যে বিদ্যমান থাকবা এবং তারা বাসালি থাকবা। আর যত মুমিন বান্দা হল আছে যারা বালা আসলা এরারে আল্লাহ তাআলা দুনিয়া থেকে লয়ে যাইবা কি। And the في خفة الطير mean they will be very fey. They will be they won't be worried about the akhirah at all, right? They won't be worried about consequences at all. They will do whatever their hearts desire, whether it be right or wrong. There won't be any sense of stopping themselves from doing something bad. Very random. Just like when we see a bird freely flitting through the branches, in the same way people will be flitting through their desires and fulfilling their desires. মানুষ সকল যেলার ফাঁকি সকলতে আমরা দেখি হন যায় খতবিল এমন হচ্ছে কি মানুষ সকল ওগু নামাজও খতবিল লাগবো, হুগু নামাজও খতবিল লাগবো। And they will be sexually charged, okay, like animals are sexually charged. যে জঙ্গলের মধ্যে জেলান পশু সকলতে খালি you know what do you call that, তারার খায়সাত পুরা করার মধ্যে লাগাই থাকেন। এভাবে হয়েছে গিয়া মানুষ সকলতের মনের মাঝে ও জিনিসটাই বোঝে তারা খায়সাত কিলান পুরা করতে পারে। And they won't have any shame left, okay. They won't worry how they fulfill that desire as well. Just like an animal, you know, a bird of prey or animal of prey doesn't worry about what their quarry or what the animal that they are hunting are feeling. They just worried about capturing it, biting it, ripping it to shreds and eating it. In the same way, people won't be worried about how they fulfill their desires. Okay, these are the people that will be left before the time of Qiyamah. لا يعرفون معروفا. They will not recognize any good. তারা ভালো জিনিসটা আর চিন্তা নাই। ولا ينكرون منكرا, and they will not prohibit or refrain from evil. তারা বাদ জিনিস থেকেও বাঁচিয়ে থাকতে নাই। فيمثل لهم الشيطان, and shaitan will take on forms which will be able to what do you call that, talk to them or communicate with them. শয়তানে এমন একটা বেশ ধরব যার দ্বারা তারা লোকে মারতে পারে। فيقول ألا تستجيبون, I will come and say openly, you know, ألا تستجيبون, are you not going to listen to me? আমার কথা শুনতে নাইনি। فيقولون, and the people, instead of feeling alarmed that shaitan or something like shaitan is coming and asking them a random question like this, they will just say, oh, what do you want us to do? তুমি কি তা চাও আমি করতাম। فيأمرهم بعبادة الأصنام, and shaitan will order them to worship idols and to worship things besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay, worship female idols, okay. وهم في ذلك, you know, دار رزقهم حسن عيشهم, and they won't be living in poverty at that time, meaning they will have enough to live by, okay. So remember, because of the lifestyle and the lavishness that they're going to be living through, that will actually distract them from believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay. That will bring them away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right. For example, now that we are going through this crisis in the world, we want to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we want to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we want to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more, we want to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more, we want to do more ibadat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because our hearts are feeding that strain. আমরা অন্তরে এবং আমরা আমলের মধ্যে এবং আমরা জীবনের মধ্যে এক ধরনের সাফ হয়ে পড়ছে, ওখানে আমরা আল্লাহর লগে আমরা জড়িত হইতে চাই, আল্লাহর লগে আমরা তাল্লুক বাড়াইতে চাইলাম। ওকে, also we have become prone to suggestions. If people come and suggest, oh, if you want a way out, then take this medicine or that medicine. Now we are going all crazy. Then we are watching so much, media and stuff like that, news and stuff like that, and it's making us mental, it's making us all depressed. So what I'm saying is, because of all of these things, we are feeling, if we have a lot, that affects our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we have less, that also affects our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. বেশি থাকলেও আমরা হইতে পারে আল্লাহ তাআলারে বললিমু, কম থাকলে হইতে পারে আমরা আল্লাহ তাআলারে বললিতে পারবো। যাই হোক, এই সময় মানুষ সকল থেকে জিনিস সকল থাকবো, ওকে, এবং ওটা জিনিস সকল তারারে আরো বেশি ক্ষতি মাঝে তারা মনে করবো ওইটা জিনিস এটা যেটা করাম এটা যদি বাদ দিত তাহলে আমার উপরে আযাব আইল না এবং আমার পয়সা করে কম থাকলো না এবং খানি উনি কম থাকলো না। কিন্তু আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলা মানুষ সকল থেকে পরীক্ষা করা যে না, খানি থাকলে এবং পয়সা থাকলে এবং খাবার থাকলে এর মানে নাই যে তোমরা যেটা করে এটা হচ্ছে গিয়া সহি এবং ঠিক। Okay, so this is something that we should never be deceived by. When we see someone with fulfilling their sinful desires, yet they have lots of money and they have lots of wealth and they have lots of fame, that does not justify their haram actions. Just because someone has fame, just because someone has a lot of wealth, their actions, their haram actions are not justifiable and are not for us to practice on. We should always act on halal, we should always act on right, even if it seems like or it is portrayed to us that those who do good and those who act kindly, they don't have much and they are always looked down on. Yet in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will always be looked up on. So then obviously, while people are committing sins like this and they don't recognize what is good and they can't distinguish between right and wrong anymore, at that time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send, he will tell Israfil alayhi salatu wasalam to blow on the trumpet, and when he does that, people are going to be terrified, they're going to be frightened, they're going to be trying to scatter everywhere just to get away from it. They will be they will be so frightened that they will be walking with lions and tigers, but they're not going to be thinking that this is a lion or a tiger next to me. You understand? All they're going to be thinking is of ways of helping themselves. তারা খালি নিজেরে বাঁচানির চেষ্টা মাঝে থাকবো। Okay? And then after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to tell Israfil alayhi salatu wasalam to blow on the trumpet again. And when that second blow comes, everything that we know, every single thing is gonna vanish, it's gonna get destroyed. Okay, it's not mentioned here was-samā'u dhāti ar-raj'i wal-ardi dhāti as-sad'i in Surah, in Surah At-Tariq. Basically there will be a crack, okay, in the creation, okay, from the top of the heavens all the way down to the below of all the earth, and that crack, it will spread and every single thing will get destroyed. Okay, the sky will be seething and boiling like boiling oil. Tel utrain takiye এবং খালা হয়ে যায়, আস্তা আসমান নেমলা খালা হয়ে যাব এবং উত্তরায়ণ থাকবো। এর বাদে হয়েছে গিয়া পাহাড় করে তার চূর্ণ বিচূর্ণ হয়ে যাব, নক্ষত্র সকল জায়গা থাকতো না, the stars won't remain in their place, they will be scattering everywhere, they will suddenly be losing their light, they will be falling everywhere, the sun will be moving from its axis, the moon will be moving from its axis, everything will be in complete disarray and in complete chaos. That's how Qiyamah will be happening. The earth will be shaking and the people will actually be lying down flat on their bellies just so that they can save themselves and they can have some semblance of a balance. Manushokhalti shuma dora maze takhpa ashman fatizibo zomin fatizibo ashman or modde je nokotto tharaite shokolta chunno bichunno hoijibo gasokol jaga theke horijibo farokol jaga theke horijibo manushokol zomin modde letijibo jate letar dara kunlagan tara izakhran theke baste pare. This is how Qiyamah will be coming, okay? And after all of that, everything will go, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will order Israfil alayhi salatu wasalam to blow again. And when he will blow again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will create all of the living things that were there before, and he will order the ruh and the souls to go and enter inside. And just like when poison or water enters into something and it spreads, in the same way when our ruh, when our soul enters into our body, it's going to enter, then it's going to spread all into our body, and we're going to be alive again in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We'll be dusting away all of the dry earth that is on us, and then we will be waiting for the judgment to start, and the judgment will not start, and we'll be waiting and waiting and waiting. Our boyer maza takhmo ebong qiyamot ebong hisab ekhano shuru hoite nai. Amra bibhinno anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam ke sath doira jaibo. We're going to be going to different anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam for them to help us. All of the anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam are going to be saying the same thing: nafsi, nafsi, I cannot help you, I'm worried about myself. And eventually we will all go to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be the one who is going to intercede on behalf of every single person, all of the ummah, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will start the hisab. So this is a few descriptions of the day of Qiyamah and the signs of the day of Qiyamah, and the distinction between the Dajjal and Dabbatul Ard. Okay, Dabbatul Ard, the mission of Dabbatul Ard isn't to lead people astray, it's just to certify who is a Muslim and who is not, and to remind people about worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Dajjal, on the other hand, what he will be doing is he'll be leading people astray from the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, there will be stages where those who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be poverty stricken. They will have they will have a lot of droughts happening in their countries. They will be without food, they will be without rain. And those who believe in him, he will be given the power, a limited power to show that he's God. And he'll be able to tell the rain to come down and things to grow. And those who have weak iman will actually start following him and start calling him God. But we have been told that Dajjal is not God, okay, but he is the biggest fitna. And if we want to save ourselves from the biggest fitna, every single Friday it's important that we recite Suratul Kahf, inshaAllah. Okay. وإنما أمرت أن أعبد رب هذه البلدة الذي حرمها وله كل شيء وأمرت أن أكون من المسلمين وأن أتلو القرآن فمن اهتدى فإنما يهتدي لنفسه ومن ضل فقل إنما أنا من المنذرين. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying that he himself has been ordered to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he himself proudly says to everyone that I am a Muslim. It's a sense of pride, a source of pride for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to actually call himself a Muslim. Musliman oile amra aizkhar kitab no khole dekte ziga zolilir zinish, it's a disgrace. But no, actually being a Muslim is a sign of honor. That's why the most honorable Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, even he openly claimed with pride, with happiness, that he is a Muslim. Okay, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was also ordered to recite the Quran, and he said that whoever is guided, they are guided for their own benefit, and whoever goes astray, they are I have only been sent to warn people. I can't make you stay on the right path. This is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying. Then towards the end of the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ, that your Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is not negligent and is not unaware of what you do. So Allah ta'ala knows what we are up to. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what we do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what's in the future. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what's in the past. We should never ever feel like we can go against the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Never ever feel like we know better than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because whatever is happening, it's happening for a reason. If we think positively, inshallah, that reason will become clear to us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the ability to act on whatever has been said. Subhanallah bihamdik, subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruk wa atubu ilayk, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Jazakallahu khairan wa ahsan jaza.